Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about Flamengo, and as you can see I am a Flamengo supporter. I am a Flamengo fan. Since I was a children I support Flamengo. So today we're going to talk about the bad situation that Flamengo it is in. So yesterday Flamengo faced Lanús in the second leg of Recopa, the like Recopa it is like a Supercopa with two games that it is the uh, Libertadores champion against the Sul-Americana champion. So in the first match, with a bad game of Flamengo, Lanús won with a score of 1-0. So since Flamengo had already lost the Super Cup this year against Corinthians, it was very important, at least for me, to Flamengo had to win this Recopa title to bring back the confidence from the last season and return to playing well, to playing a good football. But that definitely did not happen yesterday. During the whole match, Flamengo had the most possession, shoots more in the goal, pass more the ball, but they could barely create real danger against Lanús. They kept the ball uh, without being able to enter in the area of Lanús. So, and to make the things worse, again the defense of Flamengo failed. After a mistake between Rossi and Ayrton Lucas, Flamengo gave a free goal for Lanús, and it was a horrible goal, like a horrible failure of both Rossi and Ayrton Lucas. Kind of Rossi slip out, and he lost the ball, and happens that horrible goal. Even so, I still believe. I never stop believe about in Flamengo, and Flamengo keeps pushing forward. And after crossing through the box, the ball hit the hand of the Lanús player. Exactly what Flamengo needed that moment, a penalty. So Arrascaeta stepped out calmly and converted. Then the first half of the game ended, and I'm going to try to be impartial here, but Flamengo wasn't playing good. It already has been some games that Flamengo makes a lot of failure in the defense, and the attack this isn't working. Kind of, it is missing something out. I feel that as a fan, as a supporter. So Flamengo had just restarted the game. He come back in the game after that goal of Rascaeta. So the second half starts with some substitutions, with the entry of Cebolinha and Jorginho. And with those substitutions, Flamengo plays better. They started creating good chance, but nothing really dangerous. And Flamengo was keeping circulating the Lanús area, but couldn't make that last pass, that last shoot, that clearly chance of goal. But then, in the minute 80, with a beautiful pass of Jorginho and a good run of Arrascaeta, both of center backs of Lanús committed a fault inside the area, what takes us to the penalty. So Flamengo gets one more penalty, but this time Jorginho takes the ball and calmly he scores. One thing that really impressed me is that Jorginho always is there for the penalty. Like in the PSG, in the final of the World Clubs champion, he was there to score the penalty with so much calm, by a so calmer way. So Jorginho, it is such a good score of penalty. He always score penalty goals, and he really have a really incredible technique. So by this way, Flamengo was back in the game. In that situation, Flamengo was going to the penalty against Lanús. And of course, Flamengo keep trying to score in that time that they had, but they didn't. They didn't manage to do it. Anyway, Flamengo in that moment was playing better. But then the physical condition start hitting the players. And I noticed that two players really was feeling it. That was Léo Pereira and Ayrton Lucas. Léo Pereira was barely walking in the pitch, and Ayrton Lucas was feeling some discomfort. This was really noticeable. We could see it clearly. So, um, the the prorogation starts, the extra time, and Flamengo starts attacking, starts keep pushing to the Lanús area, but nothing with really dangerous. I don't know. I just feel that Flamengo can't make a good last thirst. The last part of the plays that they create isn't good. Um, I've missed some creativity from the players, some dribble, some good skill, in that moment. Flamengo just can't make it. But then, in a counter attack of Lanús, they were able to get a corner, and then the Lanús starts and uh, cross the corner. And I already was seeing that happen, that goal. I see that since the corner happens, the Lanús get that corner. I feel, oh no, it's going to happen the goal because it already has been like in the minute 116 and 15. I think it was more or less that. And I was feeling that Flamengo was going to concede the goal. And it happened. The center back of Lanús was managed to um, leave the making of Paquetá and scored the goal with his head. And in that moment, Flamengo just fell apart. All the Flamengo players, I feel that until Felipe Luis, a manager that I rarely see, fell by that way, and he fell. That that goal really felt different. And in that moment, Flamengo, for me, a bad game of Flamengo didn't create a really good chance where Flamengo didn't score any goal with the ball rolling. This happens. And I really just couldn't believe what just had happened. After all the effort that Flamengo put in that Recopa, and this happens, this goal. Because in last season, Flamengo was incredible in those set points, on corners, in those marcation. Flamengo really had a special defense that didn't concede goal. The last season, Flamengo was the better defense of Brasileirão. And now, I think that in 13 goals, 7 was goals that Flamengo conceded in set pieces, in corners, and other set pieces. So Flamengo really fell apart uh, in that question, that how can I say it, in that Flamengo gets worse in corners and set pieces. This is my point. And again, and it happens one more goal of Lanús. I didn't understand why. I know that the time was ending, but Rossi make a horrible cross to the Flamengo area, the Lanús player was able to steal the ball of the center back. I don't remember who was there, and with just Rossi and the Lanús player dribble him and score a goal. And in that moment, I just don't believe it. What just happened? I really get angry, and I just turn off the TV because okay, Flamengo lose by a bad way, but losing by that way again, I remember of Yuri Alberto happens the same thing. Flamengo lose the ball and concede one more goal. So I just turned on the TV and went to sleep. I go to sleep. That was the better thing I did yesterday. And again, Flamengo lose another title this season. But for me, that's it's not even the worst part because a team that was so strong in set pieces with a solid defense in the last season is now conceding those goals, those simple goals, and Flamengo cannot score even one goal with uh, the ball rolling with an open goal against Lanús, just penalty goals. So this really makes me wonder what is happening with the strong Flamengo team of the last season. I know that the physical it is really paying, because Flamengo play a lot of games than other teams because of the Mundial, the two Mundials of the last season. But Flamengo has the money to and had the players, and I really don't know what it is happening. It is something more than just physical issues. It is something inside more than technical things. I think that it is maybe some tactics, some things that just isn't working in the Flamengo players. I really don't know, but really hope that in the next few games, in the final of Carioca, Flamengo improves and be able to win at least one title, the estadual. I really hope that this happens. Isn't that lady? She it is a Flamengo fan also. I really hope that we really hope that Flamengo come back playing a good soccer, not only winning but playing good like the last season. That's it, guys. A video talking about the currently situation of Flamengo, the poor phase right now. That's it. See you guys. Take care. Bye bye.